going to make 1-point perspective trees. You can make your perspective on the side, like the example on the left, having your paper horizontally, or in the middle if you hold your paper vertically. Let's get started. You will need a pencil and a ruler or something with a straight edge. Hold your paper horizontally or vertically depending on which example you want to make. With your ruler, on the top third of your paper, you're going to draw a line across for your horizon line. Line your ruler up at the side of your paper and lightly draw a line. If your paper is vertical, you want to make yours above the halfway point and lightly draw your line across. This line is called your horizon line. On the horizon line, you're going to put one tiny dot. This is called a vanishing point. So all of our lines will be coming into this point. For the first example, my vanishing point is off to the side. So I'm going to line up my ruler with my vanishing point and draw a very light line going from my vanishing point down my page. After you draw your first line, you're going to be making another line in the same direction, but this time towards the sky, towards the top of your paper. So turn your straight edge, line up with your vanishing point, and make another super light line, this time in the sky. The next option for a 1-point perspective is to have the vanishing point in the middle. You're going to line up your ruler with the dot and draw a line going diagonally down. After you draw your line, you're going to repeat this process with the opposite side of your paper. So now you're going to turn it a little bit to the right, line it up with the dot, and make another line going down. Repeat this step, but now on the top of your paper. So line up with your vanishing point and make 2 lines, one to the right and one to the left at the top of your paper. Lightly erase your vanishing point lines so you can see them, but barely, because we're just using them as a guide. Using the side of your pencil, you're going to lightly shade along the horizon line. As you move higher in the sky, make sure to use even lighter pressure. Use your finger to smudge along the horizon line, then continue to blend into the rest of your sky. We're going to use our perspective lines for how tall our tree should be. Start by making the trunk and a few branches at the top. All of the branches should be thicker towards the trunk. As they move away from the trunk, they should get thinner and thinner. Make sure your branches curve a little. The more branches you make, the more realistic your tree should be. Your first tree should be the darkest tree, so make sure to trace over your lines and add more pressure so that way it becomes darker. If you made your 1-point perspective in the middle, you're going to repeat the same process on the other side, making another dark tree. As you move back closer to your vanishing point, each tree will be lighter and smaller than the one in front of it. Use the light perspective lines as a guide for where each tree should start at the bottom and where the branches should end at the top. Keep repeating the process of making lighter and smaller trees until you get back to your vanishing point. Carefully erase the perspective line in between the trees on the ground. Using the side of your pencil, sketch in shadows from the base of the tree horizontally in one direction. This will show where the light source is coming from. Choose the side that has more white paper showing for your shadows. If you chose to make trees on both sides, pick one side to make all of your shadows. The last step is to use your finger to blend in the shadows. Make sure to follow along the pencil shading with your finger to blend the shadows. I cannot wait to see your 1-point perspective winter trees. Awesome job!